COVID-19 vaccines, even the minor ones.
Told him not to get that jab, man.
Man, I'm sorry, bro. They just killed my boy, bro. You can't trust these hospitals, man.
So many die. And I be wondering, like, man, made the beat. What they see when they open their eyes and I look around. Man, that's scary.
Hey, if you lose your life, would you make it to the kingdom or would you just fry away? If you had one chance to make it alright, would you repent and try today? If you died today, did you do everything to make sure your soul is saved? What did you try today? What if you died today? If you lose your life, would you make it to the kingdom or would you just fry away? If you had one chance to make it all right, would you repent and try today? If you died today, did you do everything to make sure your soul is saved? What did you try today? What if you died today? I've been in this truth since 2016 and I can't go away. I see so many fall away, but I can't go astray. I gotta make sure that I fight to see another day, to see another day, to see another day. I've seen so many fall off, I've seen so many give up, but I can't be one of them because my skin is tough. The most I put me through that fire, no I cannot wear a wire. I gotta praise the Messiah, and you know his name is Shia. I can't be called a fool, I gotta pass these tests like I'm in school. I felt in my sin in the past, but it made me stronger. Now I'm up here standing cool. I'm bad with the body being by myself for a year, but you know I done shed some tears. With the most high, I can't handle fear, because you know when the smoke clears, I'm still here. No matter what I go through, I can't fold. I'ma show her how I'm pure to go. I lost my mama, but she told me to go. Keep going, son, you know you a soldier for Christ. You gotta teach paradise and be that light. Show your brothers and sisters to do right, so they can see eternal life and be up here with me chilling in the sky. If you lose your life, would you make it to the kingdom or would you just fry away? If you had one chance to make it alright, would you repent and try today? If you died today, did you do everything to make sure your soul is saved? What did you try today? What if you died today? If you lose your life, would you make it to the kingdom or would you just fry away? If you had one chance to make it alright, would you repent and try today? If you died today, did you do everything to make sure your soul is saved? What did you try today? What if you died today?
I had the slip of the tongue, I angered and sin not. Guilty by association, but I sin not. Lost my position with man, but with a higher knot. Kept attacking me until something stuck. They say they down for me, but when I look, they up. I just go harder, I ain't giving up. Called many to this truth, but they ain't picking up. Devil try to steal my joy, wanna stick me up, but I'm stiff-necked, I ain't giving nothing up. You gon' have to kill me, cause my spirit tough. Tore down so much, but still standing up. Keeping this wagon dragging, healing and bandaged up. Christ and Job went through more, so I just be manning up. I pray my works is just when it's time to ante up. I pray we all come to repentance before the time is up. Today could be your last, so many ain't waking up.
If you lose your life, would you make it to the kingdom or would you just fry away? If you had one chance to make it alright, would you repent and try today? If you died today, did you do everything to make sure your soul is saved? What did you try today? What if you died today? If you lose your life, would you make it to the kingdom or would you just fry away? If you had one chance to make it alright, would you repent and try today? If you died today, did you do everything to make sure your soul is saved? What did you try today? What if you died today?
My name is Jasmine Israel. I will be performing at the F3 Fringed Up event taking place July 30th in Atlanta, Georgia. If you haven't purchased your tickets or your plane ticket, arrangements, lodging, all of that, get it together because it's going down July 30th. You do not want to miss it. Myself, Jasmine Israel, Big Homie Yerp, Shy the Songbird, we will be performing our songs from our albums and EPs. It's about to go down along with a bunch of other talented artists that I'm excited to meet for the first time and see them perform. It's an exciting event. If you are not going, it's a time you're gonna miss out on. Okay, it's a time. Lord willing, I see you party animals there, you holy steppers there, and we're just gonna have a good time. Invite your friends and family.
Hold up, stop the beat. The most high ain't playing what you need, grow. The kind of fit Esau and I see. Real comfy eating good, wiggling his toes. He at the top, we at the tail, flexing and finessing.
Papa knows I came a long, long way. I was a wicked individual, a lost soul, but little did I know he would call my name, putting all my evil to shame. I knew deep down that I would have to change up my ways. Ooh yeah, to become a vessel for him to work through one day. Some way, somehow, so I had to learn, I had to grow, I had to let that old man go. Nah, nah, ooh nah, nah. I had to fight, I took some blows, I did what I had to free my soul. Nah, nah, yeah, yeah. Ooh nah, look, ayy. I ain't even gon' hold you. Most beat around the bush, but I'ma tell the whole truth. Let's go back in time when I was 5. A fresh young mind, pure on the inside. One day I stumbled across the porno. After seeing what I saw, in a sense, went out the window. Long story short, I became addicted. A young boy messing with so many women. Because of that, I couldn't focus on school. Else in every class, I was trying to be cool. An athlete, I had hella opportunities, but I missed out. Too busy trying to get in the sheets. So I wasn't seeing, I but had his eyes on me. Plotting the whole time, he already knew. By the age of 22, I found out that I was Jew. No ish, there's more to the story, and it goes like this. Every day I was in them books, no lie, reading everything with a new set of eyes. Heard a voice saying, don't just read it, but apply it. I was making so many changes, I couldn't hide it. Never have I ever been over righteous. I found a lane for me, and I like it. I don't really care what people think about me. When thinking about the yard, cause he gon' keep it G. I had to learn, I had to grow, I had to let that old man go. Nah, nah, ooh nah, nah. I had to fight, I took some blows, I did what I had to free my soul. Nah, nah, ooh nah, nah. Erica.
Yeah. Family, welcome. Episode 110. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Shalom, 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 and shalom to y'all. I am your host for this evening, Ayo Ben Yahoo. Sheer is out tonight. He on vacation. He said he'll let me dry the whip for a little bit. But we got a special guest co-host coming in here in a second. But I want to welcome everybody to episode 110 of the Truth Be Told Flex podcast. Couple of house rules, like we always say: hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you'll be notified every time Truth Be Told Flex podcast is live streaming on YouTube. We also live streaming right now on the Saya TV. We appreciate y'all. Everybody that has already subscribed, you know what to do. All the new subscribers, once again, I just explained, it's free. Hit the like, hit the share button, and welcome to Truth Be Told Flex podcast, episode 110. So I hope everybody has had a great week. I've had a great day. Once again, shares off. We are gearing up to be at the July 30th Finished Up Family Fest, the gospel event of the year. We're so excited. Was able to chop it up with my guy, Monologue, my guy earlier. He's got some big things coming up. All praises for that, man. So it's going to be a great time if you haven't got your tickets. Now, I do believe on Facebook they did announce earlier that there is 6 more available VIP tents. So if you're still interested, 3mgmusic.com, get in touch with them. Also, you can get in touch with Sister Delta and the crew over at Brew News, the Light Magazine, to see, make sure that you get your tent secured, because I think by this time next week, they're going to shut down ticket sales and all that good stuff. So go ahead and get your tickets now. You will have an opportunity tonight to win tickets. Also, another announcement. Hey, Brew News was good enough to the House of IO to let me back on the cover for the July issue. So I'm grateful. I'm thankful. It's such a blessing to be able to have platforms such as the Brew News Alike magazine to be able to spread the Basora worldwide to the four corners. So I'm humbled, much gratitude for that platform. Sister Delta is we've known her. Me and my wife Malka has known her for 2 years now, but it seemed like she's been a sister in this walk with us for 20 years. Great, awesome family. Her and our family, man. The love and the support is real. So we're thankful. So yes, if you haven't checked it out yet, tlhmagazine.net. Go out and check the July issue. All the brew events coming, all the brew news. Keep your ears to the street because it's in the Brew News Light Magazine July issue every month. You can always, subscribe to the magazine. The magazine is free. So please, if you haven't done so yet, visit tlhmagazine.net and check out this month's issue, man. A lot of great stuff in there. A lot of brew businesses. Like I said, keep you up on the brew news. So yeah, without further ado, a special guest co-host tonight. He'll also be at the F3 Friends Up Family Fest. Everybody give a Truth Be Told Flex podcast warm welcome to my man, my guy, Jamil, the trunk rattler in the building.
What's going on with you?
Mark, what's going on, man?
Hey, man, I can't call it. What I can call is, last time we got together on this thing, man, the devil was busy. And the devil tried to get a little busy today, but we fought through that thing.
But
so
I'm here. You here, man, and we're so thankful to have you on once again, man. Everybody, Jamel Trunk Rattler will be the guest co-host tonight. We got a great show lined up. Got a range of topics. You see the title. The title is "The Internet is the New Hollywood," and man, it's been some crazy stuff. Boy, it's been some crazy stuff going on, and we're going to talk about some stuff before we get into critical race theory. We got a good one for you that we ran over on time last week, so we're going to do the last week's critical race theory on this day, which would have been July 12th, but it's not the 19th, but we're going to do last week's on today. So, yeah, before we do that, you would have had to be under a rock. If you have, we're going to talk about later in the buy sale. I don't want to spill the beans, but you would have had to been under rock if you haven't heard about the whole Carly Russell, the late Yard.
Right.
We sending prayers to her family and to her through their ordeal. There is an update. Like I said, we're going to talk about it in depth a little later on. But her parents has been interviewing, and Carly hasn't spoken with any media personnel yet. But like I said, it's not. And I want to get your take on this right quick, Jamil, because we wrestle not against flesh and blood. So it's not necessarily Carly. It's not necessarily these folks out here doing this stuff for views and clicks on the internet, and we talk about it all the time, but it's the spirit behind it.
Right.
That we on this podcast, we don't attack the people, but like my papa and my grandma used to say, if the devil will make a fool out of you if you let him.
Right.
And we like to let the people slide on here, but sometimes we got to get you. So I want to get your take, man. I know, like I said, it's been, we're gonna talk about it in depth a little bit later, but what's your take on this whole fiasco with Carly Russell from Hoover, Alabama? Did she stage it? Is it like what you got on that?
She staged it.
She staged. Okay.
She staged it.
Okay.
Without going too far in it.
Right. Okay. Okay. We on the. All right. Yeah. Like I said, we're gonna talk about it in depth later. And to me, there's a topic we will talk about tonight. It's just with the truth music we do that is spiritual, Ruwako, and it gives the edification to the people of the Most High, right? We ourselves we are not the competition. We are competing against this secular world of music. And like I said, we'll talk about it in depth later, but it's a lot of this music and this death culture and this music, a lot of this, most of that is what's the internet is the new Hollywood, is being driven by the music culture. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And it's such a contrast to the music as artists and psalmists and musicians and ministers of music as we are. It's such a contrast to, you know, if you want to get an idea on what the secular world is doing in the music, and we have, I know some people that still listen to it, but I don't listen to the secular radio. Every now and then I'll just to get a feel of what the producers are, what are the singers, what the rap, what they kind of doing. And every time I turn it on, I can't understand what nobody's saying. Now the beats be, bruh, the beats be fire. And as a producer, I'm sure you could probably relate. The beats be bananas.
Yeah.
But you can popping the pill. All I understood was popping the pill.
That's it.
And that's all you have to understand for the generation. That's all they doing is popping pill, feeling good, hit the club, I'm on a wave. Do you agree with that? Is that what's kind of pushing this?
It's crazy because, like you mentioned, like you listen to it, even with the females, man, like you don't understand it. But what you can understand loud and clear is the sin. The sin cuts right through like a knife.
And that's right. And that's why I can only listen. It's like it just be piercing my ear. And I have to 15, 30 seconds in, and I'm like, man, and you're right. It's the sin that they're talking about.
It cut right through.
It cut right through. And that's a great point, because another while we're on the same kind of topic of Carly Russell, another situation we got. Let me see if I can share my screen. We have a situation in Dubai. I don't know if everybody has heard about this, but a young woman out of Houston, right? A young woman out of Houston went to Dubai on a trip with her folks. And let me see if I can get my screen. Let's see. Here we go. Just want to talk about this real quick. It says, Black woman from Houston detained in Dubai for screaming in public. It's crazy, y'all. It says Tiara Young Allen had her passport confiscated and has been in custody for the last 2 months for screaming. Once again, it says a Black woman from Houston has been detained in Dubai by authorities since May for reportedly screaming in a public setting. According to local TV station KRIV, Tiara Young Allen, a popular social media influencer. Now, like I said, once again, we've talked about it before, but what is the show's title tonight? Listen what's going on, y'all. There's Ruwaks behind this. The internet is the new Hollywood. Everybody's an influencer. We talked about it the other week. Everybody has a platform. Everybody is an influencer. Paris Hilton, me and my wife was talking about this earlier. Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian, back in Soulja Boy, back in when YouTube and Facebook was just kind of popping off, 2009, 10-ish, 11-ish. It just trolling and just influencing, companies paying millions of dollars to people because they have a face just to, promote their brand or their product. Now here it is, 13, 14 years later. And we got a young sister out of the States, went to trip in Dubai. Now, reportedly, so to put context in this, she, let me stop sharing my screen. So apparently she was ready to, her and her friend was ready to set board the flight, but they had to go drop off and turn in the rental car, right? So upon doing that, everything was cool. They left to go to the airport in the Uber. She left. I guess she realized that she left her keys and her wallet. So they turned around, and I guess when she went to go back and get the keys, they were trying to charge her for it. And that's when a screaming match. And like I said, I'm sure that it wasn't just screaming, because I did a little digging, and apparently she has a kind of a record of doing this. I saw a video with her and some of her friends partying at an Airbnb, and she threw Coca-Cola on some guy, and he walked off, but she started tripping out. Police had to come. She had a knife and all this stuff. So once again, we know in our community, in the secular world, that stuff happens. That don't condone her behavior, but it happens. But in Dubai, you were caught screaming, and now they've done their digging since May, I'm sure, and found this stuff. You ain't going nowhere, because in other countries they have different laws. The internet and influencers and YouTube, that stuff is not set up over there like it is over here. You get a couple of these YouTuber content creators, they make 10 grand a month, which is a lot of money to be making content such as this, and you making money from that. Now they think they balling, so they just act a monkey. But I hate that happened to that young lady. But once again, question to you before we move on: do you feel that the music culture and this death culture and this rap and like Cardi B, Ice Spice, and Nicki Minaj, does that, the lyrics and like we were just talking, does that drive some of that behavior, especially in our females and our women?
Definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely. Because if you think about it, right, you take the average person and you think about from when that person wakes up until they go to sleep that night, they're spending majority of their time on the phone. They on the internet, they on YouTube. If they in the car, they listening to the radio or they're listening to streaming services.
Come on.
So out of 24 hours, they're spending maybe 6 hours sleep.
Wow.
Out of that, either they're at work. If they're still at work, they're on the phone, on social media, on the job. So they're seeing everything that they can't listen to.
Right.
So they get off of work. They're going to spend a good 4 hours streaming, listening to the same stuff that they couldn't hear while they was at work, but they were looking at it.
That's it.
Right. Yep. So they get 6 hours of sleep. And when you go to sleep, I'm pretty sure you're dreaming about the stuff that you was just listening at.
Right.
Listening
Exactly.
to. So yeah, it's embedded in you now.
Got
so
you.
Okay, I got to live this lifestyle.
Right. Great point. And that's the point I was looking for, because a lot of people, they listen to it and it don't affect them. But like you said, when this all you do, it's like it's embedded and coded in your DNA. Yeah. And we're going to watch a video later on that talks about this very thing. And that's why I wanted to bring that topic up. So her parents, they're working hard. They're trying to get her, you get your passport confiscated. And that's one of my big things about traveling overseas, that I always get over there and mess around and get into a scuffle with somebody, or get into it, or lose my passport and get stuck over there. And now this is this young lady's reality. And I hope and pray that this is a learning lesson, because like I said, I've looked at a couple other podcasts and talked to other couple of journalists, and they were like, well, the reason they're not letting her go is because she has displayed this type of behavior in recent months. And I'm like, oh man, that's not going to bode well. So once again, our men and our women, our young men and women, like the Ock just said, it's embedded in some of us. It's just a part of our DNA. And it's like, now a lot of us can't live without it. I see it. I could be in the store and I hear somebody bass and I'll be like, boy, and it's just blasting. Even non-melanated folks. Yeah. It's like it's part of the culture now, and it's just sad that a lot of those music lyricists who are driving this. So once again, before we move on to the next one, I'm gonna share my screen. We talked about a topic a few weeks ago. And if y'all can see the screen, So yeah, the screen says Wisconsin cops discover house of horror after bloodied children escape. Man, this is concerning because, like I was just saying, we talked a couple weeks ago about a story out of Boston where, if everybody can remember, the story out of Boston where a young transgender male had died, and they had to call 911. And when they got there, they found other transgender men in there with sex toys and 4 young kids. And CPS had to take the young kids. Well, here's another story out of now Wisconsin that says prosecutors allege a 34-year-old mom kept the kids ages 7 and 9 locked in a squalid bedroom with boarded up windows for years on end. And there you can see the 2 corpses of mom and dad right there. But it says a Wisconsin mom is facing a slew of felony charges after her 2 kids were seen wandering the streets completely naked, covered in blood, bruises, and excrement. And if you don't know what excrement is, y'all know what it is. We ain't got to say it. It's the doo-doo. It's the doo-doo. It said that's according to a criminal complaint filed in Milwaukee County Circuit Court, which says Katie Ray Koch, 34, kept the pair ages 79 locked in a squalid bedroom with boarded up windows for years on end and never enrolled them in school. Neither child, get this, neither child is toilet trained, neither can read or write, and one of the 2 is unable to form full sentences, the complaint states. When the youngsters managed to escape the outside world last week, one neighbor told police, when the youngsters managed to escape to the outside world last week, one neighbor told police they spotted the older boy walking on the sidewalk like a caveman. Another neighbor said the 2 were clad only in diapers, running from one home to home, and they had no idea Koch even had kids, according to the complaint. Bruh, what you think about that, man? That's something.
That's different right there.
Yeah,
that's different right there, man. But like you said in the beginning, we wrestle not with flesh and blood, man. This is demonic spirits, man. Like
right.
The only way that you can do that is if you gotta have that spirit on you. That's the only explanation. Like,
man.
I mean, that's the only thing I can say about that,
right.
Man.
Exactly. And that's the point that I'm trying to drive home. Like I said on this show, we don't, there's a lot of other podcasts out there in the secular world that all they do all day is attack people. The people. But like I said, when I see articles, when me and Sheer reading these articles, I just see these ruachs and these demonic spirits. They're like, why? How could you keep a child, or how could you keep yourself, an adult, in squalid conditions like that? So if it looked like that, bro, I can only imagine the way it smelled in there. Oh my gosh. Lord have mercy. Boy, I know when them little boys 7 and 9 and couldn't form complete sentences.
Yeah.
Walking like a caveman. That's really, when I read this article, I was like, okay, I got to share this with the people to understand, like, this is in Milwaukee. This ain't in Australia where we've never heard of it, or some parts of Ireland. This is 11, 12-hour drive.
Yeah.
For me, 6-7 hour drive for you. So it's crazy. I just wanted to bring that up. Last thing on the agenda, we talked about, before we move on to the critical race theory, we talked about the Canada fires a few weeks ago, how it was in New York. Y'all remember we did the story on June 6, 2023. The New York skyline was red and the sun was glowing orange and red, and it just looked like a day of apocalypse. And that's the day the game Diablo, a demonic game that they released on the same day, and how the fire had reached to New York and Delaware. Well, now it has reached the Carolina coast, and I'm a witness because yesterday I was driving in the evening around, right before dusk, and I was like, is that a little haze in the sky? Then I thought to myself, I said, maybe the Canadian smoke. Then I said, nah, it can't, could be, but it can't be. Yeah. My wife and my daughter was like, yeah, we seen the same thing. And, there's some people, folks in the chat like, yeah, Con, it's been real hazy. Y'all may say it. it's funny how, you know, they run a story, the media run a story, and then they'll stop talking about it so everybody can forget.
Mhm.
But the Most High is like, nah,
Yeah.
my hand is in this. I ain't letting y'all forget. Like, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Have y'all experienced? Have you seen any haze in the sky? Anything from where y'all are?
I did. It was here like before. So like weeks ago,
Wow.
I saw it.
Wow.
Like it was real. It was like for 3 days.
3
It was
days.
real. It was real hazy outside.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was like that for about 3 days. But then it faded out. But yeah, I witnessed it. It's real.
Yeah, it's real, man. And that's crazy. You say the 3 days because it reminds me of the 3 days darkness, another topic that we were talking about soon that the word talks about. But yeah, family, that is what's going on in the news. Keep your eye on those topics because this kind of, this the Carly Russell situation in Hoover, Alabama. The young ladies in Dubai. Keep them in prayer. Keep them in prayer. Let the truth will, what's in the dark will come to light. That's what you could say. And then hope the 2 young boys, hope they get help and hope them parents get delivered and come to the truth, man. Hey, that's kind of dark, and keep your eyes on this haze. But yeah, let's go to our critical race theory, man. Got a good one for you today. Like I said, we're going to do the one from last week. The one from last week was on this day, July 12th, 1898, 125 years ago. Let me share my screen. All right. John Henry James. Let me see if I can get this right. There we go. All right, what you see on the screen is the actual court docket for John Henry James. He was indicted on July 12th, 1898. It says 150 unmasked white men lynch John Henry James in Virginia. Man, listen to this. Check this out. On July 12, 1898, an unmasked white mob abducted and lynched a black man named John Henry James in a public spectacle lynching in Albemarle County, Virginia, near Charlottesville. Although 150 unmasked white men were involved in the lynching and the police chief and county sheriff were present when Mr. James was lynched, no one was ever held accountable for Mr. James' killing. Mr. James' lynching was later celebrated by several hundred more white people who gathered to see his body as it was left hanging for hours. It says Mr. James was arrested and falsely accused, get this sounds familiar, y'all, of assaulting a white woman on July 11th when mobs of white people gathered outside the jail and open threats of lynching were made. Mr. James was quickly transported to a neighboring city. During the era of racial terror lynchings, charges of sexual assault against black men, even when made with unsubstantiated evidence, regularly aroused violent white mobs. Man, sounds so familiar. The next morning on July 12th, Mr. James was aboard a train. Now get this. This is the boldness. They already unmasked. They ain't concealing themselves like the Klan or whatever. It says the next morning on July 12th, Mr. James was aboard a train returning to Charlottesville when a mob of armed white men intercepted and stopped the train at Wood Crossings in Albemarle County and seized him. The mob of at least 150 strong broke into the train car and put a rope around Mr. James' neck. When news of the attack spread, a group of black men attempted to stop the lynching, but they were outnumbered by the mob. The mob then dragged Mr. James from the train to a locust tree 40 yards away and hung him before firing dozens of bullets into his body. Before he was hanged, Mr. James protested his innocence to the crowd, The crowd dispersed, leaving Mr. James' body hanging for hours. Those who lynched Mr. James made no effort to conceal their faces. That's the boldness I'm talking about. As in the case of Mr. James' lynching, celebratory atmospheres during or following a lynching were not atypical, and it was not uncommon for lynchers to leave the bodies of their victims hanging in plain sight. Newspapers reported that hundreds of white people visited the scene to view Mr. James' body, check this y'all, and cut off pieces of his clothing, his body, and the locust tree as souvenirs. These acts of violence not only victimized the individual, but traumatized and terrorized the wider Israelite Black community near and around Charlottesville. Mr. James' proximity to the railroad tracks meant that hundreds more viewed his body from passing train cars. This article is brought by a history of racial injustice. And like I always say, he got a plaque, y'all. They put a plaque up in Charlottesville. Y'all know one of them roadside plaques that you see when you're driving through a town. Didn't compensate his family. Didn't hold the 150 white men accountable. But he got a plaque. What you think about that, Jamel? What's going through your mind?
First, the Most High said that they was gonna hold themselves not guilty.
That's it.
Yeah, we gonna unmask. We know we gonna get away with it. Like we set the rules.
That's it.
And then 2, it's a perpetual hatred.
Come on, man. That's it.
It's a perpetual hatred, and that perpetual hatred is what we started off saying. It's a spirit.
That's it.
The spirit of hate, perpetual hatred. It's a spirit.
It's a spirit.
And I mean, we see the story time after time after time after time, going back hundreds of years, and it's been like that with us.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's sad to say, but a lot of stuff we bring on ourselves.
Come on, man. Come on.
We bring a lot of stuff on ourselves, man. And all we got to do is just be obedient.
That's it.
Just try it.
That's it.
Just try it.
That's it.
Yeah, man. That's the only way we can. That's the only way we can get away from that perpetual hatred. Yeah. Try to do what we got to do. Man.
Right. And it seems like, I was reading Judges. Me and the family was talking about Judges 9 the other week, and we just had Gideon had just had won this battle, and he took the jewelry and melted the gold down and made an ephod. Mm-hmm. And it says the Israelites, we went a whoring after that ephod. We didn't make it about the Most High no more. Yeah. We turned our back on the Most High right there and turned to the ephod as our savior, as the thing that did it. Then in the next chapter, that's when Abimelech, Gideon's half-son, killed 70 of his brothers and wanted the throne and only ruled for 3 years. When David and Josiah, they ruled for 38 years. He only ruled for 3 years. So it just goes to show you, like you said, it's that same ruach. We go a whoring after other stuff. And that's why, like you said, we set the rules. Yeah. We ain't got to wear no mask. Look at what they doing. This is why look at what they doing. Why not get that off the earth? That's how they justify it in their minds. Right. Come on, to cut a piece of the tree I was hanging on and a piece of my body and the clothing and keep it. So guess what, folks? Yeah. That means some of those families still got some of that stuff today in a basement or a cellar or sitting up somewhere in a house like a trophy. Yeah. And we think that running to Dubai and clapping our hands at somebody and getting all on, and that's all you see on the internet. World Star Hip Hop, we clapping our hands, didn't somebody in Burger King over a sandwich, or in McDonald's over Coca-Cola, or in the store over somebody pulled in front of us at the drive-thru of the gas pump. And this is, and like you just said, it's the ruach, that perpetual hatred, but it's also the whoring after gods, after idols. It's what's on Yasharal, man. And that's what I thought about when I read this article, man. When I read all of them, I think about scripture, and I think about, like, I put myself in his situation. I mean, to be getting on the train, and put the rope and 40 yards, 40-yard dash, like in sports, track, or football we ran. On basketball, we had to do the 40-yard sprint, 40-yard dash for tests. It seems short, but when you're getting drugged by a rope on your neck on the ground, I know that lasted for an eternity for that young man.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, man, that was the critical race theory. Anything else to add to that, brother?
Man, sheesh.
Yeah, man,
it's a never-ending cycle.
Right.
Like it's just a hatred. I mean, because you look at everybody who's been lynched, right? It sounds like the same exact story of Emmett Till, and everybody's the same story. And then you look at it, right? You like, okay, how could they do this? Right. I hear people ask it all the time. How could they do this to us? How could they do this to us? Right. They did it to Christ.
Come on, man. Come on.
He hung the same way.
The same way. And he said,
everybody,
if they hate me, they're gonna hate you for my namesake. They're gonna hate, they're gonna hate y'all. And he knew it.
Yeah.
Oh man, wow, that's powerful. Wow.
Hung for the people to see.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they also, once again, they swear they got stuff for souvenirs, swear they got this piece of the cross and this museum, and we got this cup that they gave to him, and this is the spear that they let him. They gave him a sip of the hyssop, and this is the sword that in this British museum that they stuck him in the side and pierced his side for souvenirs.
Yeah,
and like you said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
Come on,
wow,
man.
That's powerful. That's powerful. That's powerful. All right, so that's it. Critical race theory on this day. John Henry James. Let's get into this first music break. Stick with us. We appreciate love, y'all. All right, let's get it. Well, first, before we get the music break, let's hit this commercial.
Saturday, July 29th, F3 weekend kicks off with an exclusive 3MG event. Oh, yeah, the 3MG launch party and meet and greet, featuring an exclusive listening party for the new album Let the OG Talk by Monologue Magaz. There will be an open bar and buffet, video shoot, plus meet the artists from F3. Limited tickets are available to the public. Email now at info@3mgmusic.com for more details. And from what I hear, the 3MG team has a little surprise up their sleeve. So email today because the tickets for this event will go fast. The 3MG launch party and meet and greet, another 3MG production.
We all won't smile. It's a God to see it.
Shout out to your whore, man. This is what I've been waiting for. Yeah. Hey. Hey. We all really wanna be capital letter F to the R to the double E. We sit and we wait on the king, but don't be mistaken. Your Abba, he gon' set you free. Hands lifted up, let me set the tone. When I'm lifting them praises, it made me strong. That's a hint. If you wanna hit up his phone, you can call on his name, then he call you home. While you with the pigs, feeling all alone. He been thinking about you, you been gone too long. You prodigal son, hurt people with a hurt brain. 31 giving hurt game like you 13. It's a darn shame. We stuck in a cycle. We gotta come to the Bible. Abba, we need you for freedom, freedom, freedom. Ay, freedom. I don't really want your freedom. Freedom, freedom. We won't survive without your freedom. Yeah, yes, we really need your freedom. The people really need your freedom. We need your freedom. Freedom is what I want. Freedom is what I need. When I want it, I'm gonna come to thee. You the one gon' set me free. Those who believe his word, continue in his word, is his disciples indeed. If you know the truth and believe that truth, it's gon' set you free. Like, hey, this right here, no fee, like wait, no check, no gold, no silver, no pay. To get this access, you gotta obey. To get this access, you gotta obey. Mashiach said it, John 8:32. I know you read it. Take out the old ways, you gotta shed it. Woke up and learned that you still indebted. Only way to pay back is to give him credit. Live your life for the king that's in the heavens. Once you do that, you gon' be glad he said it. With hands lifted high, you give him reverence like, hey, I'm free now, hey, yes, I wanna be free, yes, I wanna be free, wanna be free, yes, I wanna be free, wanna be free, yes, I wanna be free, I wanna be free, yeah, I wanna be free, wanna be free, yes, I wanna be free, wanna be free, yes, I wanna be free.
to the R to the double E. I put my faith in Yahuwah, got me out the mud. He had a whole nother call for me. When I was doing my dirt, he provided protection. He the one that would look over me. I only talk to Yahuwah, he know what to say. He the one that will come for me. You gotta get on your knees and you just gotta pray. He the one that's gonna bring peace. Really, you just gotta search. I ain't even gonna lie, cause really Yahuwah the missing piece. Taught to rob out for the love that you really have gave us. It is an honor to be the sheep. I was walking around the world and my spirit was dead, but you rose from your bowels really sweet. You showed me mercy. I am an ox, I'm a servant. You gave me love when I didn't deserve it. You clean me up, I guess you the detergent. Yoke is real easy and light is your burden. You cover me like your hand is a curtain. Study your word, mandatory, I learn it. Bars are too hot like I came out the furnace. You want the freedom, but you gotta earn it. You're new to the walk like you just got a permit. New spirits be sneaky, you gotta discern it. We conquering flesh, act you to burn it. I was on go, yeah, I'm green like a Kermit. Promise to fight, yeah, I know I'm determined. I follow his will, broken cause, so no turning. I see the light, so you know that I'm running. Let's go. Praise Yahuwah, thank you, Yahuwah. It is an honor.
All right. That was Amir Yaron with Free. All right, we back. Once again, everybody, appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. Truth Be Told Flex Podcast. Once again, we got our guy who will also be performing at the Fringed Up Family Fest on July 30th. Jamil the Trunk Rattler, man. Appreciate you for joining us tonight. So I pose a question to you.
Yeah.
AI actors, artificial intelligence actors. Is it the next big thing in Hollywood?
It's looking like it.
Looking like it, man.
For the wrong reasons too.
Yeah.
But it's up next.
Yep. I got an article, man. And you're right. It is up next. I got an article. AI actors, the next big thing in Hollywood. They posed a question, and I got this from Automation News on the Rewrite Network. And it says, technology and innovation are nothing new to the entertainment businesses. Hollywood has always been at the forefront of the use of innovative techniques and technologies to create. Check this. And we always talk about, listen to how they write these articles. Listen to the verbiage that they use, because they get real particular, but they always slip up and mess up and tell you their agenda.
Yeah.
But it says innovative techniques and technologies to create engaging media, from the advent of sound to the development of computer-generated imagery. It says, however, the recent boom in AI has raised alarm bells among working performers who worry that their jobs are at risk from new technologies. The effects of AI on the entertainment industry and the actors' reactions to them will be discussed in this article. We're going to talk about that. So to preface this, a few months back, and I think it also alludes to this in this article, a few months back, the Writers Guild went on strike for that very same reason. Okay, so the writers in Hollywood are saying, like, look, y'all are going to start using AI to write whole screenplays. And me and Sheer talked about it a few weeks ago. You're going to start using AI or computers to generate entire movies, right? From the whole script, from start to finish, instead of actual having Steven Spielberg or Stephen King or Tom Clancy. Before they can put a pen to paper and write it down, the AI will be able to do it like this.
Yeah.
So the writers are like, nah, you can't. The only reason the AI can use, the only reason the AI will be able to do that is off of what we've done already. You see what I'm saying? It's like everything that they wrote, all the movies from, I don't know, RoboCop and New Jack City, all of those movies that was actually handwritten. Well, now the AI has a huge database of millions of movies from independent to major, from Warner Brothers, you name it, to go off of. So yes, they're saying, the writers are like, yeah, it'll be easy for AI to write a script it's going to take all of our movies, what we wrote for Tom Cruise or Jamie Foxx, what we wrote for Jamie Lee Curtis or Matt Damon, and put it all together, and boom, you got a movie.
Yeah.
So the writers are like, no, we're going on strike. We're not writing anything else if y'all going to just tear up our contracts, and Warner Brothers and Universal, y'all just going to use AI to put us out the way. No, we ain't writing nothing else. So now you have that. Now you have the actual actors. And I mentioned Matt Damon. He's one of the ones on board. I think it's a whole slew of them, but Jamie Lee Curtis, Matt Damon, Jim Carrey, they're all saying, like, we stand with the writers now, because how are you going to let an AI, of course, you've got Top Gun and all the Mission Impossibles. If you're going to write another Mission Impossible, you got so much to make up a Tom Cruise, even though it's not going to be him actually acting, but the AI can generate the CGI to say, okay, here's Tom Cruise. We're going to put him in the Mission Impossible 7 and not have to use him at all.
Yeah.
So now the writers and the actors are really coming against this AI. So check this out. It says the use of their digital likenesses has also raised concerns among actors. The development of deep fake technology has allowed for the production of fake videos and photographs of non-existent individuals. This tech could be used to produce maliciously misleading videos featuring actors. That's what the actors are ultimately afraid of. It says, okay, putting us in a movie that we're in Saint-Tropez on the beach with the SWAT team raiding a Mexican cartel. That's but when you're actually say this is Matt Damon doing a prank alien invasion on his house and people think it's real, he said that's another thing. You're gonna deep fake my voice and my CGI or AI generated likeness and image. It looked like me and it sounds just like me, but it's not me. Pranking me going in with a SWAT team shooting some aliens in Beverly Hills, California. You're gonna spook them people out. It'll be chaos. And also, a good question to ask you is, I know that this AI for music, they dubbed Drake's voice and Biggie's voice and made some song a couple weeks ago. And I heard it and I was like, wow, it actually was a banger. I was like, man, that's actually hot. And it sounded just like it literally sounded like Drake and Biggie.
Yeah.
And supposedly Drake is suing one of the, because it got on IG and it went viral. And people was like, yo, like, this is where we are.
Yeah.
Internet is the next Hollywood. Like, you will be able to be Tom Cruise here soon. You know, and then on top of that, this whole thing with Jamie Foxx, like, it's like almost like the temperature is getting just right to usher this stuff in. And once again, it's Ruox, man. So do you think in the next year or so, because this is my opinion, and my opinion doesn't necessarily reflect the whole truth, you know, everybody on Truth Be Told Flex podcast. But I truthfully think, and me and Shay was talking about this the other day, I really think that these streaming platforms, YouTube especially, in the next year or so, will be offering contracts to people to say, hey, let us help your platform and let us do your videos. Let us create your thumbnails with this new AI generator. I mean, they already got apps where you can make pictures and art with basically a picture of Jack Nicklaus being a clown. You could put his picture, you can screenshot his picture from the internet, put it in that AI generator and put in a prompt, say clown coming out of burning building. And it looks so real. Mm-hmm. What's your thoughts on that? Are we are we truly headed there, or do you think it's going to be a while before we get there?
Nah, I think that we are truly headed there, and I don't think it's going to take long.
Gotcha.
And I think that this whole AI thing, I think it's a more malicious thought behind it.
Yeah.
Right. Because when you think about Hollywood, you think about the entertainment industry as a whole, right? The actors, the singers, the rappers, they're on strike. They're scared that their image is going to be used in a way that shines light on something that is saying that they did, but they didn't do. But what have you done?
Right.
What have you done?
What you so scared of that people will find out?
What have you done since signing this contract?
That's right.
That the labels or whoever you're signed to can use against you.
That's it.
What have you been involved in? So where if they actually put out a real video of you, you could say, it's AI.
Right. Right.
Or was you really involved in the ritual?
Right. Come on, man.
Right. So
wow. So we see eye to eye on this.
Yeah, I'm looking at the whole strike and all of this, like, okay, I'm seeing something different.
Right.
I'm seeing something different than I want to go out on strike because I feel like they can do this and they don't need me no more.
Right.
I think it's something a little bit different going on.
A little bit more sinister.
It's a little bit more truth behind this that's not being brought to the table yet.
That's it. Because and me and Sheer was talking about that. Look how fast, Jamie Foxx was out. He was, they was being quiet, hush hush. Yeah. Even Cameron Diaz, the big story was, how he brought her out of retirement. She was done with Hollywood, but they such close friends because of the last movie she actually was in was Annie, that he played, Mr. Daddy Warbucks. He was in that with Cameron Diaz, and she was after that. She said, Jamie, I'm done, but he was able to talk her back. So that was like a big story. And she was like, I don't know what happened to him. He got sick on set. And then the very next thing they got the stunt double in like that. We're going to finish the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Then right around that time, all the mystery around that, his movie, They Clone Tyrone, is getting traction. Then the writers guild strike for AI. Now you're hearing this AI moving in and then now these actors. Like you said, it seems something more sinister is beneath the surface. It's kind of brewing and bubbling up because from what I understand, me and my wife is talking today, and I don't know if everybody is familiar with Steven Tyler. He was the lead singer of Aerosmith. Well, supposedly he in trouble. A famous rock singer, probably one of the top five famous rock singers of the famous rock group in world history. He was on the Epstein list. From what allegedly, he's on that list, and he has come out and vehemently is denying the allegations. But like you said, how all of a sudden they've been talking about this list for years. Now all of a sudden, one of the top singers, it comes out right around all this stuff is coming out. There's got to be something most definitely that is brewing up under this. And once again, will they offer, like just for instance, the young lady Carly Russell is after all this is done, it's probably going to be tough to get a job.
Yeah.
Let's pray that it won't, but it's probably going to be tough to go anywhere. Here come YouTube sending the email, hey, or a phone call, hey. Everybody knows who you are now.
Yeah.
Start you a channel, talk about your experience. We'll pay you. We know you're going to get the clicks and views. And then this AI can be used just like the stuff they saying that she staged. You see what I'm saying? And then the internet is art. I'm telling you, the title of the show, the internet is the new Hollywood, y'all. I'm telling you, this is where like Jamil was saying, it's speeding up fast. It's moving fast to the point to where we gotta really keep watch, because once again, this AI, Daniel talks about they will mingle themselves with the seed of men. Well, who is the they?
Yeah.
That Daniel was referring to.
Yeah.
Iron mixed with clay. You know what I'm saying? The clay, we're made out of dirt, and the clay, the iron is tough to you can't melt it. You can break it into pieces, but you can't really do away with it. That represents like the spirit world. The spirit world was here way before flesh was.
Yeah.
Right. So this AI merging with clay, this flesh,
Yeah.
Man, that's gonna be a dangerous thing. And all these platforms like YouTube and Rumble and Twitter, they're just moving slowly but surely. They're moving into this age of this AI, where AI is truly gonna be in charge. Let's read a little bit. Anything else to add up? I'm gonna read a little bit more on it.
Yeah, I'll let you read a little bit more
Okay,
on that.
I'm gonna read a little bit more. So it says more than 2 months have passed since the strike begun, and neither side is willing to budge. The Writers Guild of America and the Screen Actors Guild have made it clear they do not want their members' contractually protected works to be used in the training of artificial intelligence. Like I said, they say AI can basically make movies off of what's been done, but the writers and the actors say, well, we're just not going to do no more work because y'all will be really making these movies off of recent stuff we've done. So now we're going to have, once again, now you got a strike. You're not going to have any new movies coming out. So who's going to be generating and producing the movies? AI. Tubi is a platform that everybody loves, is going to love. It's still got to run. Movies still got to be made. So they about to get this AI about to be out here and giving this work. You're going to be seeing all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It says the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, the trade group representing Hollywood studios, has offered actors, get this, has offered actors a groundbreaking AI proposal to safeguard their digital likenesses. Like I said, in record contracts, when you look at a record contract, it has in fine print that company, that we can use your image and likeness and perpetuity through the universe.
Yeah.
And the perpetuity of the universe. Dave Chappelle has talked about this. So that means even in the whole universe, that means anybody, if aliens come and invade and want to use your likeness, they got to go to the record company to get their permission.
Yeah.
So this is what this is based on. It's all about, and who we were made in what? The Most High's image and likeness. Get where this is going, y'all. Like Jamil said, there's something more deeper. Hasatan, he makes it look like just entertainment on the surface. And we think, it's cute. Let's get the AI. But underneath, man, this AI will be so smart. It'll be doing everything out here. We did the story a couple weeks ago about the Amazon that locked the guy out of his house. That's AI. That's not a person sitting on the side of a computer looking at 2 monitor screens with a headset. That's okay, sir, we help you. That's AI. What do you do now when you go on to buy something on the internet? What happens? Most of the time, they got a chat. Yeah. Chat with an online agent today. That's not an agent. That's AI.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going. It says the proposal includes a demand for actors' approval before any digital replicas or alterations of their performances can be made. SAG-AFTRA, however, has rejected this proposal on the ground that it does not go far enough to protect the rights of actors. Man, it's getting serious, bro. Hollywood's embrace of AI is a trend that's not going away anytime soon. So they already telling you, like we said, they're going to speed it up. And like Black Mirror new season, I've never been able to watch Black Mirror, but from what I understand, it's a show about, I guess it's a show about AI and alternate universes. But yeah, Black Mirror, from what I understand, is one of those series where it's real deep. So I'm gonna have to watch it. I've never been able to watch it, but I'm gonna have to get into it and see what's going on. But yeah, this AI stuff is getting really, really serious. So it says Hollywood's embrace of AI is a trend that's not going away anytime soon. Tools based on artificial intelligence are already widely used in the entertainment industry. See, so they're telling you what's happening. But then you'd be like, wait a minute, we ain't really heard nothing about it. We've heard it, but you haven't seen any substantial this is AI generated. Like I said, the substantial thing I've heard, and I'm sure it's taken down off IG now because they got millions of hits, was the song with Drake and Biggie. And like I said, it sounded like Drake and Biggie. And we all know that Notorious B.I.G., he's been, gone since the late 90s. Yeah. So this is nothing, the conspiracy theorists out here is gonna run wild with this stuff if these movies start to being generated. Yes, my wife says Ayob and I looked it up last week, and we're going to dive into that Black Mirror. Yes, because I looked at the trailer, I was like, "Whoa, where have I been?" And apparently it's been out for a while, but yeah, AI is one of the gates CERN wanted open. Absolutely, and that's another thing we'll talk about later. Is CERN and their role in all of this, right? So yeah, that's the AI is just here soon. They talk about how AI will replace everything, but I think this is where it's starting, right?
Yeah,
this is where it's starting. Go ahead.
And it's even been like they've been prepping us for a long time,
right?
They introduced us to AI without introducing us to AI years ago.
Come on, man.
Like, they started bringing in machines and robots under our face.
Come on, man.
In the grocery stores, the self-checkouts, they started bringing the little machines in the stores that follow around and get your groceries.
Right.
The chats on your phone, like you mentioned. Like, they started bringing in all of these things that eliminates people to where you have to deal directly with artificial intelligence. Right. And they've been slowly bringing it in there. So when it finally boom, it's like, oh, okay.
Right. You're not going to have a choice but to take it on and be cool with it. Like you said, they've been warning us for a long time. And I seen a meme the other day, right? I seen a meme the other day that said John Connor had John Connor with this crazy look. And it said how John Connor would look at y'all with this AI stuff going on. Because that's when I was a little child, but I was scared to death of Terminator. Arnold Schwarzenegger walked through that portal with that shotgun and all that black and them sunglasses. I was like, what is this? But it's here. It's here. And it's basically ruachs coming through a portal, influencing everything that's being done. Once again, we can get Hollywood out of the way because we got this internet. And it's happening. Once again, another story we'll talk about later is I don't know if everybody's heard about the EMP that they're saying that North Korea or somebody could launch that would knock out the internet for months. Well, guess what? What better way to scare everybody into truly latching on to this internet in a time like this and truly asking for AI. Save us. Oh, we can make a firewall AI, but it's actually going to be AI. We got to upgrade it to AI, and that will defend any EMP that would, because the EMP is I forget what the letters stand for, but it's basically a rocket. It's a nuclear rocket launched into the air, and it performs a wave over certain areas, and it knocks out the power grid, the internet, like all of that. And pretty much what they're saying is that North Korea has something that can knock out the internet and the EMP that would knock out everything for good. It would take like 15 or 20 years to rebuild the infrastructure for the internet. So I it's crazy that, like I said, these ruachs are just freelancing and just really running amok through this stuff, man. And the stage is set, but we know that the Most High most definitely is got our back. And we got a fight on our hands, y'all. We really like spiritually, like we really got to fight on our hands, man. Any last thing you want to add to that topic, sir, before we hit this next music break?
Yeah, man. And then even with that, you think about it, you think about it from a spiritual standpoint. You think about it from a biblically standpoint, right? How we don't need to be tricked by something that we see, right? So with this AI, how they were doing all of the sky shows with the lights and things that they had going on. So you think about this AI, what else can they project?
Wow.
From the sky.
From the sky.
to where, because the scriptures say, if he say he's in the desert, don't go.
Don't go. Come on, man.
But what can they make us think?
Right?
What can they show us and make us think? And we fall for it.
Project Bluebeam.
Yeah.
Project Bluebeam.
What can they show us? And we fall for it.
Wow.
If we not spiritually attuned, if we don't know the scriptures,
there you go.
We will fall for it.
There you go. Go ahead.
They can make us think that Christ done came back and he's over here,
right,
in the woods somewhere.
Right.
Come on, we got him. Let's go over here.
Right.
When the scriptures say don't fall for that.
Don't fall for it. And whether Mashiach say in Matthew 24, the first thing, make sure you're not deceived. And we talk about it all the time because, like you just said, here's a caveat to that. Okay, we got a way to get these Hebrew Israelites. Let's fake that the Messiah black and he is returned to come help them.
Yeah.
We supposed to be sealed with the name of Yahuwah to say, nope, our book says, nah, if he say in the desert, we ain't going. But how many of us would be like, oh, this is it. He has returned. He is here to come get us, Yasharal.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, think about that spin on that, bro. That's crazy. I've never thought about that till you said that. I was like, well, wait a minute.
It's a more sinister agenda behind it.
Right? It's more deep. Woo, man, my goodness. The internet is the new Hollywood, and that's what it's turning into, man. All right, let's get this next music break, and we'll be right back.
We need the law, gotta keep the law. Don't be a weak nigga. No, it ain't that hard. Gotta quit bitching and look yourself in the mirror and say you're ready to change. Gotta have faith and work since they one and the same. Digress, niggas really let it digress. Context, them niggas allergic to context. Digress, niggas really let it digress. Context, I think they allergic to context. For the meat and to save the broken hearted and proclaim liberty to the captives that are asleep. This gospel's for the meat and to save the broken hearted and proclaim liberty to the captives that are asleep. My ancestors sang about killing heathen, so I'ma do the same shit. If this ain't your lane, nigga, lane switch. Cause some of y'all niggas will languish. Yeah, we a gang, but no gang shit. You know what Christian gon' hate this. Some of my family gon' hate this. Not everybody could play this. Weak niggas can't take this. The promise is true, you can't shake it. Got a bond when my brothers can't break it. Got 2 keys when my gun be on safety. Will I ever need it? Maybe. I just be praying for safety. We need the law. Gotta keep the law. Don't be a weak nigga. No, it ain't that hard. Gotta quit bitching and look yourself in the mirror and say you ready to change. Gotta have faith and work since they one and the same. Digress, niggas really let it digress. Context, them niggas allergic to context. Digress, niggas really let it digress. Context, I think they allergic to context. For the meat and to save the broken hearted and proclaim liberty to the captives that are asleep. This gospel's for the meat and to save the broken hearted and proclaim liberty to the captives that are asleep. Without the law, I ain't shit. With the law, I'm legit. With the law, I'm equipped. Foundation on bricks. A nigga gotta stay strapped up. Sell your garment, get it glizzy. I'm hoping all my niggas hear me. I'm praying all my people hear me. I'm really just tired of seeing my people die. Eyes red like your house shot. Need some Visine and meditate on the downfall of my enemy while I sleep. If you ain't a true, my nigga, you always battle act and these weapons of war. You know what's in store. Gotta stay tight with your brothers. Gotta stay on one accord. We need the law. Gotta keep the law. Don't be a weak nigga. No, it ain't that hard. Gotta quit bitching and look yourself in the mirror and say you ready to change. Gotta have faith and work since they one and the same. Digress, niggas really let it digress. Context, them niggas allergic to context. Digress, niggas really let it digress. Context, I think they allergic to context. For the meat and to save the broken hearted and proclaim liberty to the captives that are asleep. This gospel's for the meat and to save the broken hearted and proclaim liberty to the captives that are asleep.
Yeah. That was Keep the Law by Tarzan. That was fire right there. He said, I say cats allergic to context. I know that's right. That's what it seemed like everybody's allergic to. What we got up next? We got TikTok Talk. All right, let's get it.
Us to kill each other. We're frustrated with them killing us. So here's what's happening. They know we're frustrated with them killing us, but their level of warfare is so clever and undetected that they put kill code in our music. It blinds us. We see little to no self-dignity. We kill ourselves because the music and media is programmed to do so with kill code. There is kill code in the music. I want you to know that because Edomite executives now own and run hip-hop. They own BET. They own MGM. That's why they keep promoting gambling to us and using our own people to promote that. You know what's going on, but I'm just reassuring you and validating you on this and providing very in-depth details so you can protect yourself, your loved ones, and your family.
Man, what you think about that?
He ain't lying. He ain't lying. Like it's been owned and ran by them, right?
Long time.
You think about it. The devil, Satan, angel of music.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So if he's cast out of heaven, does his job change?
Come on.
So he's been running the entertainment industry, especially with the music. And I mean, when you look at if you sit back and observe how these label execs work, right? The label execs drive this agenda.
Yeah.
They use A&Rs, right? They use these A&Rs to do what? Go out and find talent.
Yep.
Or so-called talent, right? And if you look at everybody who's been signed these past few years,
come on,
the A&Rs are going and they're finding specific people. They're going to specific areas and they're finding specific people. And they're going for troubled youth. They're already troubled. Majority of them are coming from broken homes. And you're presenting something to them. All right. And what you're presenting to them is something that they think they don't have or they can't get unless I sign this contract. Right? So you present this to a broken youth and say, hey, all you got to do is sign the contract. We're going to take care of you. Right. So they sign this contract. And then later, the agenda is explained to them. So before you turn that album in, which you don't have creative control over, once you turn that album in and your A&R is listening to it, and your A&R might be looking at you like, yeah, man, that's fire. But I think something's missing, right? Because the A&R got to go report this back to the exec. But I think there's something missing. We might need to go back in there and redo some things. So now that troubled youth ends up talking about something he does not need to be talking about on record.
Come on, man.
Right?
Come on, man.
It's more difficult for an A&R to go find somebody who has some sense on their shoulders to offer a record deal to.
Come on, man.
It's difficult, right?
Yeah.
So they got to go to specific areas and target specific people. These troubled youth, that's who they're going for.
Man.
It was much more difficult back in the day.
Right.
When it came to getting record deals.
Right.
It's easy now.
Right.
Back in the day, it was more difficult.
Right.
Because they really had to go search for talent.
Yes.
And the people they found had sense on their shoulders.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
The music was different.
Absolutely.
People had talent.
Absolutely.
Right? But now it's not like that. This generation that they're going to is completely different.
Completely different.
Everybody is on demon time.
And
demon time is running the music industry.
Man, boy, I got to give you another bomb on that, bro, because you just dropped a whole. Where my bomb, man? Here we go. You just dropped a whole plethora of gems and diamonds. Listen, like you said something prophetic right there. You just said it's easy now, but it used to didn't be easy.
Yeah.
And you think about Marvin Gaye, Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, Teddy Pendergrass, and how they died. Marvin Gaye's own father was. Did somebody get to him? Did somebody have his father say, "Hey, this is what you're gonna do"? Because Marvin Gaye just wouldn't sell his rights or wouldn't change his music. You know, Marvin was getting conscious and wanted to sing about what's going on with war and all that, but they were like, "No, you the baby making machine, bro. Nah, we ain't singing about no war and not fighting, and you ain't uplifting your people. Get in that booth and sing about making love."
Yeah.
Same way with Teddy Pendergrass, Sam Cooke. You know, Ice Cube will tell you now, man, if I would have known what I know now, I would have told Jerry Heller and Jimmy Iovine, kick rocks.
Yeah.
But me and she was talking the other week on the last show, this kill code in the music, it has us blind. Like he said, Professor U-Rock, and you just touched on it. The level of warfare is so, they done got that thing dialed in to where it's a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
And the next segment, we're going to talk about exactly that. We're going to talk about that because the kill code oh man, it's just, bro. And the thing is, these young kids don't ask. I want to be famous. Record label, Columbia, Warner Brothers. I've been there. All praises that the Most High was able to get me out of, but I've been there. I was talking to Monologue today. Him and the Gideon's Army, they was one of the biggest rap groups for gospel and Christian when it wasn't even popular to be Christian or rap.
Yeah.
They set you down because you're getting popular and say, hey, we gotta change this God talk up a little bit. Like you just said. Oh, the record is good, but take that out and put this in there. That's what an A&R do.
Yeah.
An A&R stands for artists and repertoire. They want to know everything about you. And that A&R, when they get you signed, they go to every department, the marketing department, even down to the secretaries downstairs. They're your cheerleader. They go to every department talking about you. I got this new artist signed. Listen to this. Oh, I like it. That's dope. But change this word to this.
Yeah.
And now the A&R say, hey, change this word to this. You go and change it. Now he like, yeah, that's fire. You on demon time.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, I'm on demon time. Then they're on IG Live with a stack of money, popping pills. It's perpetrating the culture, man. Cultures, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was Professor U-Rock on TikTok, man. If y'all could go, we do the TikTok talk, and that was a great TikTok talk. Appreciate you, Sherry, for bringing that video. He was right, man. He dropped bars. He dropped heat on that. It's a kill code in music, and like everything you said, I couldn't put it any more better, man. Any last thing you want to say on that, on the TikTok talk? You good to go?
No, like I said, he brought 100%.
He brought it 100%, and everything you said was facts about. I mean, basically, they look for those traumas.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Jay-Z. I just recently his mother, 70-something years old, almost, or 60-something, 70, married a woman. Like, how you two grandmas? Like,
yeah.
That's Blue Ivy is a little young girl growing up with a mama and a daddy, but her grandma, she got two grandmas. Like, and that trauma was Jay-Z had no father, growing up in Marcy Projects in New York, seen the gun and violence and the drug culture, New Jack City, Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then that trauma of not having a father, they were like, oh yeah, give him everything he wants. Like you said, that trauma is padded by, look at this money. We gonna take care of you.
Yeah.
We got you.
We got you.
We family. You know how many times I heard we family. I know you know it, bro. You've been in that you was in we family. You part of our family. And if you 20, look at Bobby Shmurda. Bobby Shmurda was 17, 18 years old. You don't think he signed the contract, you gonna give him a budget of $2 million to do videos to tour? You don't think he gonna come on, man? Come on, bro. So that was a great TikTok talk. All right, let's get ready for this. I think we got, let me see, we got another music break. Yep, we got one more music break, and then we're gonna come back with our
Your miracle witnesses are rising. Trumpets been blown, cities besieged, I was timing. Famines and loose cannons, wages with food ransom. That great 144K is in assignment. Israel is in alignment. Prophets ignite in motion. Our chosen ones got that notion. Now Israel is in the open last days. Melchizedek, priesthood rolling. We priestly bring in that potent. Deliver us in our Goshen that way.
I die. I've a birth in me. What you see, give me your eyes to be a witness. I'll be a witness. Through the hurt and pain, deception and rain, through transgressions, I've been a witness to all your goodness. Through the roar of the storm, all the times I endured, all the way to the end, and been a witness to all your goodness. Oh Israel, we are chosen, no longer are we still hoping. Yahusha is on his way someday. The veil is lifted off us, our eyes all see the promise. We living in the final last days.
But now thus says Yahuwah, your creator, O Yaakov, and he who formed you, O Yasharel. Do not fear, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by your name. You are mine. You are my witnesses, declare Yahuwah, and my servant whom I have chosen, so that you know and believe me, and understand that I am he. Before me there was no El formed, nor after me there is none. I have declared and saved and made known, and there was no foreign mighty one among you. And you are my witnesses, declares Yahuwah, that I am El Yeshayahu. Isaiah 43:1 through 12.
Yeah, that was Aya Ada featuring Shaya. I like that. That was dope. I like the message in that, of course, and the track was dope. I like the delivery and the sound of that. It was pretty dope, man. I like that. It was pretty dope. All right, let's get to our last. Before we get to our buy sale, real quick, we're just gonna run through this. And we was talking about this earlier about how the kill code that you just heard Professor Urok talk about. At the top of the show, we also talked about, and you know, the title of the show, "The Internet is New Hollywood." The ruachs behind this, and we're going to talk about a young lady and some women and a certain thing that's going on in the world right now. You see the title scrolling across the screen: "Why Syphilis is Rising Around the World." Now we know syphilis has been around for a long time. You know, they injected our own men and people with it back in the, in the early, 40s and 50s and 60s, 70s, doing those experiments. But what's concerning now is that it's rising. It's rising all around the world, and it's alarming folks. And once again, before we get into it, I want to get into this Hollywood internet culture. Before I get into this article and read a little bit of this article and read you some of the numbers, I want to show you what is going on and the reason why it's rising. Okay. So can y'all see the screen? Yeah, you got it. Sexy Red. And I didn't even know about this. I was like, who is that? So she is a female rapper from St. Louis. She goes by the name of Sexy Red. And apparently, with millions of views, she visited a school, a high school at that. Now, so she's well known for, even by the name of this, guys, you could already understand what she's about. The name of the song she went famous for and went viral for is Pound Town. Yeah. Right. You heard it. Pound Town. So you can already imagine what that song is about. So she has had some backlash because there was a viral video of her going to a high school. And when she came in the door, I don't know if y'all have seen the memes or the video, but you can look it up. The first thing she did to the high schoolers as she entered the gymnasium was throw up the middle fingers. You ain't with no adults. These are 15, 16, 17-year-olds, man. What principal approved that? What principal did not read her background? And I mean, even by the name, come on, man, these 15-year little boys and girls, they don't know what, come on, man. So anyway, long story short, so it says Sexy Red sparked backlash after posting a video of herself making an appearance at a St. Louis high school. Some people on Twitter blasted the school for allowing the 25-year-old rapper to perform, largely because the explicit nature of Sexy Red's lyrics. Over the weekend, Sexy Red hopped on Twitter to clarify that she didn't perform her hit song for the students, instead showing up to do some charity work for the school's prom. Y'all do know I went there to give the boys money for their haircuts. I'm sorry, for their haircuts and girls bundles for prom week, because I remember when I needed help with prom myself. I don't know if I can. I don't know if it'll let me play this video. No, it's not gonna let me play it. But yeah, so yeah, I when I seen that, now once again, upon the backlash, she said I went there to go give them money for their haircuts in school. Now, Sexy Red is just the newest out of, we can name them, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Doja Cat, Ice Spice. It's a million. They're just the ones out in the forefront.
Yeah.
Like I said, our competition is not amongst ourselves and Yasharal. It is against, it's 1,020,000 of them.
Yeah.
That is the Hasatan, and the enemy is trying to get our youth. She had a high school. That's like, me and my wife was talking about that. That's like, and if everybody can remember, that's like having Akanel or Uncle Luke come to our high school back in the day.
Right.
And you know the music Akanel and Uncle Luke made. It wasn't for cheering.
Right.
My mom, I would have never got caught with an Akanel or Uncle Luke. That's music we literally, truly had to sneak and listen to when you went to spend the night with a cousin or one of the school member house, and they mom and daddy made you had to, oh, what's that? You seen the cover of it as a little boy, you're like, oh, what is that? You listen to it, you like, wow, they can say that on tape. So once again, and the topic, as you can see, why syphilis is rising around the world. You know why? Sexy Red, Cardi B, Moneybag Yo, fellas, y'all too. Y'all be putting y'all stuff, this crazy culture in these lyrics, and it's just feeding our youth damnation.
Yeah.
Kill code, like Professor Urock just said, and that's why I wanted to do this story, because it fitted with, she's an internet star. She had one song with raunchy lyrics. It went viral, 3-4 million hits overnight, and now she's a star. Why go to Hollywood? I could live in St. Louis and travel to the US and make cash money and do YouTube videos all day. YouTube called me up in a year. We got this new AI generator. You already a mega star. Let us help you more. Let's read this article, man. It says, syphilis is one of the oldest known sexually transmitted infections. Once thought to be in decline, it is now resurging at an alarming rate. Check out these numbers. I want to throw out these numbers real quick. In April, the U.S. released its latest data on sexually transmitted infections. Cases of syphilis saw the largest increase, with cases surging 32% between 2020 and 2021 to reach the highest number of reported incidents in 70 years. 70 years. And Jamel the Trump rally said it best. You know why? 7 years, let's go back. Who was doing music? Marvin Gaye. At least children, once again, you had to sneak
Yeah.
While the adults was playing the music and playing cards downstairs, you was supposed to be in the bed. We had to sneak and listen to Red Fox while they was playing it on the record player and Marvin Gaye and Otis Redding. Now, that's the first thing you hear. You picking your kids up from school, turning the radio. Guess what's playing? Sexy Red.
Yeah.
Cardi B. They just drive this Meek Mill, Rick Ross. Every song, you at the club, they played the song, you going home with a girl, we had an after party. Every song.
Yeah.
They got 14, 15 songs on the album. There ain't a song on there that won't have that in it.
Yeah.
70 years. So I asked the question to everybody, what changed? The culture. The culture changed. The music, the culture. That's where it changed, y'all. 70 years. It says the epidemic is also showing no signs of slowing. And this is an article from BBC that was written on July 3rd or July 8th. This is recent.
Yeah.
And once again, what's driving it? Now, once again, Sexy Red, get your money. Cardi B, y'all get your money. Money bag, yo, get your money. It's the ruachs behind it. I don't condone what you do, but I ain't hating on you. Get whatever you say, get the bag, whatever. I know the ruachs behind it is what's driving it. And they are after our young ones. They want all those 15-year-olds that was in that gymnasium that's got that money from that girl. They know what them companies know what they doing. You don't think them little boys? If I was a parent, guess what my child would have been? Oh, he's sick today. He not coming in. He's sick today.
Yeah.
My mom would have called real fast. He ain't coming into school today. He's sick.
He won't be there.
What you think about it, Doc? What you think about that, man?
So, one thing I want everybody to understand, right? For people that's in the truth, we got to understand that it is. For people who might watch this who's not in the truth,
right?
You need to understand
Break it out.
that artists, everything that they do is fake. And she didn't go to the school on her own. That has to be approved by somebody.
Come on, man.
The record label has to approve every move that you make. So, who's being marketed? Who's being targeted with this music? Which is why she was approved to go to their school. That's the target. The target is the youth.
The youth.
So, yes, we're going to approve you to go to that school.
Wow.
The principal's not going to stop it.
Right.
Because the youth is being targeted and the principal wants to make sure that the youth at the school is happy. So we're going to let her come in here.
Come on.
Right. And this type of music, like you said, is contributing to this rate of this syphilis and these other STDs.
Right.
Hebrews 13:4.
Bring it out.
Most High talks about, he says that marriage is honorable. But the whoremongers and the adulterers will be judged.
Come on, man.
Now, the adulterers, the whoremongers will be judged. So, you look at these entertainers who have this big influence, this major influence. They're influencing the youth to do all of these things.
Right.
They're having an influence and an impact on STDs. They're having an influence and an impact on murder rates. They're having an influence and an impact on people stealing. But for the sake of this, we're talking about syphilis, and they're having an impact on that.
Yep.
So, how do you be judged? You get judged majority of the time. When you look at judgment, you get judged based off according to the sin that you do.
Come on, man. Come on.
So if you're out here being a whoremonger and an adulterer, why would you not catch syphilis? That's your judgment.
Right.
Why would syphilis not be on the rise? Because you out there you doing the sin. So you're going to get judged according to that sin. And then the artist, you got to pay. You're going to have to answer for this. At the end of the day, when we all got to stand in front and receive judgment, you got to answer. Why did you influence so many people to do the things that they did.
They did. Wow. Man. To hear the words of the Most High.
To ask you a question. Why did you do the things that you did that influenced my children to sin?
It says that in one to defend these little ones, you'll rather tie a meal around your neck. If I'm paraphrasing the verse, and be thrown in the and jump in be thrown in the river, be thrown in the water.
We all gotta be careful.
Golly, man.
Yeah,
that's a word for you, y'all. Y'all heard it. That Hebrews 13:4, man. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled.
Yeah.
But whoremongers and adulterers, the Most High will judge. Jamil just quoted perfectly, because syphilis, like he said, syphilis is the production of sin. It's sin. Sexy Red, Sinful Behind, was approved. The record company approved it. Like you said, the principal was like, yeah, we got to keep these kids happy. It's been some fights. Let's let them have a day off. And, but come on. I hope they did that, if anything, at the end of the day, because 15-year-olds walk around with $60 or $100 in their pocket, man, they wouldn't. And after Sexy Red just performed the song, they ain't gonna be able to pay attention to the teacher.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the principal, the record company, y'all, that's sin. Y'all let these 15, 14, 15, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th graders be exposed to that.
Yeah.
Millstone. There you go. I'm sorry. There it is. I told you I was paraphrasing. Charge it to the head, not the heart. It was a millstone. Appreciate that, sister, y'all made. Yeah. You can have a millstone tied around your neck and drown, opposed to offending these little children.
Yeah.
Miss RTC Will Robertson says the situation with Sexy Red and giving those children money is a form of trafficking. Exactly. Come on, sis, bring it out. That's what you just done. Because they're gonna go listen to your music, and all of your songs is all about sex.
Yeah.
And the kids get intrigued because you got different videos with 3, 4, 5 million hits. So guess what? The internet is now Hollywood. Mama, I ain't got to go to Hollywood and LA and be an actor no more, a struggling actor. Because I'm telling you, I done spoke to some big time producers, and I'm not glorifying that. I'm just saying they was excited to go to LA, excited to go to New York, and Jamil could probably attest how big the pool is, because they was excited, hopped in that plane. Oh, so-and-so producer had me out there, and Timberland gonna say this. And you get out there, and it's 9 other producers sleeping on the same couches that you sleeping on in the same house, and they beats might be a little bit hotter.
Yeah.
So now reality hits.
Yeah.
Now you done spent your last little bit of money. Yeah. Oh, you with Timberland. Oh, you with Devontae from Jodeci. Oh, you with Eric EPMD. Oh, you with Diddy sitting in the high-rise studio, but you broke.
Yeah.
And you ain't getting the special treatment.
Yeah.
Because there's 9 or 10 other producers that's dope as you or a little bit doper than you.
Yeah.
So these little kids just seeing that, man, I ain't got to go do that. I can just stay right here and make my YouTube videos on my camera, on my phone, and get likes and views. And now, from here to now, this AI that YouTube and other platforms are creating is going to help me out to be a star, to promote sin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me okay. So just to it is not something just happened in the US, right? Now, I did hear in Houston, Baltimore, Miami, those cases are rising, but this is on a global scale. It says there were 7.1 million. Say that again, y'all. Listen at this sin perpetrating. Think about this music. Think about the TikTok talk we just did, and how this music is played on the radio and it's permeating throughout. Like Jamil said, these teenagers, they on Facebook for 3-4 hours, on YouTube, back to IG, back to TikTok. It's just every platform. That's all they see. So when they go to bed and dream, guess what they're dreaming about? Everything that they've taken in, they've intook in their DNA.
Yeah.
Now that kill code is embedded in their DNA. That's all they think about. Check this out. 7.1 million new cases of syphilis globally in 2020, according to the WHO, the World Health Organization. In 2022, the UK saw syphilis cases reach their highest level since 1948. In the UK, big now is that's drill rap. This New York and Chicago drill rap that's been booming for the past 3 or 4 years, where they've been losing artists like crazy. King Von is a high-profile Chicago drill artist that was gunned down. I mean, you got like the NBA Youngboy, all of these guys. Casanova 2 times just got a 25-year sentence for RICO charges. You got Young Thug. Once again, that sin perpetrating this music, you're either gonna die, be locked up, or having all this sex, thinking it's cool to do. Not saving yourself for marriage, where the marriage bed is like the Most High said, is honorable, and then you're going to be judged for the sin. Let's keep going. It says this is the trend that's being seen in multiple countries around the world. It's very concerning because generally syphilis is very easy to treat and treatment is widely available. So a lot of this is reflective of a breakdown in public health care. It says doctors in Mississippi have reported congenital syphilis cases soaring over by 900% over the past 5 years. That was another besides Miami and Chicago and Baltimore and Houston. It says in recent decades, most cases of syphilis are among gay, bisexual, and other men who have sex with men. Some parts of the world, however, are seeing a decrease in syphilis cases among men. Rates of infectious syphilis in Canada decrease among males, for example. But at the same time, there has been a rise in rates among women. So, bros, we got to protect our women, y'all. I know sometimes they may not want to hit, but I'm going to have to tell Sexy Red if I run into an A, we got to get you to the Most High, child.
Yeah.
Because you just, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, you just come on into the truth.
Yeah.
You use that influence to wake up the diaspora.
Yeah.
That's what you should be doing, man. And the last, I just want to say real quick, in the U.S., congenital syphilis rates are soaring. Congenital syphilis is the syphilis that's not treated, and the baby can get it when they're born. It says that they were 3.5 times higher in 2020 compared to 2016, and increased again in 2021, resulting in 220 stillbirths and infant deaths. And the national figures appear to hide some exceptionally dramatic rises in some parts of the country. Doctors in Mississippi said the congenital syphilis cases rising over 900% over the past 5 years. The highest numbers are seen among Israelite and Hispanic women. And I'll end it on that. That when I seen that, I just stopped the article. Because once again, like I said, I'm not attacking no artists up here. It's not them, it's the Ruachs and the Ruachs and the spirits behind it that produced the sin, that producing the sin about that. See what I'm saying? Let's become a star on YouTube. No matter what, let's sell out. Let's promote the most sin we can.
Mm-hmm.
It's entertainment. Oh, it's just entertainment. No, but the wages of sin is death.
Facts.
Man. Facts. Anything on that before we?
Yeah, it's like why would Israelite women not be the highest? Like why not? Right? It's being pushed to the point to where it's unbearable, and they won't get no advice unless it comes from us, unless it comes from somebody who's in the truth, who they are not around, right? So it's going to take somebody that they're around that's going to sit them down and give them this type of advice. But it's hard for that person to give them that type of advice because they're in the same environment as them. They're hearing the same music. They're watching the same movies. They're seeing the same thing on social media. So it's hard. You think about when we were not in the truth. and how hard it was for us to give somebody some guidance or the right advice.
Right. That's right. You're right. Good
We were
point.
living just like they was
You
living.
didn't want to hear it. Yeah, we didn't want to hear it.
You don't want to hear it, and it's
wanna
hard
hear
to give that advice to somebody when you
That's right.
you living
Right.
just like they doing.
You're right.
Right, but I mean that's how the game goes, right?
That's it.
You live by the gun, you die by the gun.
Man,
You live by sex, you die by sex.
that's it.
Right? I mean, the Most High told us.
That's it. He
He
did.
told us, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna be judged according to your works.
To your works. That's right. Oh man. Yeah, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, let's move on to the last segment. Then we're gonna get out of y'all way. We got the buy or sell. Now, once again, I said at the first of the show, we was gonna talk about Carly Russell in depth. Here's our chance. Once again, y'all look at this video. Now, this is before the update. So look at this video, and it's gonna be a 1 for buy, and put in the chat a 2 for sale. All right, 1 for buy, 2 for sale, and we'll come back, and me and Jamila in the show with our buy or sell commentary. Let's get it.
That Carly is home safe. So thankful.
This morning, the search for Carly Russell is over. The missing 25-year-old nursing student returned to her family home Saturday night. Police say she arrived alone and on foot. Angela Harris helped lead the community search for her.
You spoke to this family moments after Carly came home.
Right.
What did they say?
It was just kind of like a very emotional phone call. I just broke down and I said, is she okay? And she said, I don't know, she seems to be okay. She just seems to be in shock.
Officials say Russell was taken to the hospital for evaluation and has since been released. Her safe return putting an end to a days-long search that began Thursday night with a puzzling 911 call. Police say Russell told an emergency operator she saw a toddler walking alone on an interstate.
459 South, mile marker 10. It's going to be a child walking on the 3 or 4-year-old child walking on the side of the interstate.
It's believed she then stopped to check on the child and was on the phone with a family member when she disappeared.
She heard a scream and then some type of running type shuffle.
Russell's parents horrified.
I just felt immediately that she was in danger.
Video from the interstate where Russell vanished shows a car driving slowly with its flashers on.
Just be advised, her vehicle is unlocked, running. All her personal belongings except for her phone.
Police say when they arrived, they found Russell's car, her cell phone and purse on the road nearby. But there were no signs of Russell or a child. An urgent search ensued, both on the ground and on social media.
I need everyone to stop and pay attention.
Where her disappearance quickly went viral. Celebrities including Wanda Sykes, Viola Davis, and Octavia Spencer spreading the word. Still, questions remain about where Russell was for those 48 hours and who she was with. A man identifying himself as Russell's boyfriend writing on social media she was literally fighting for her life for 48 hours and that she is not able to give any updates or whereabouts on her kidnapper. The police chief telling NBC News in a phone call they've spoken to Russell and are following up on the information she provided.
Priscilla, I mean, this is also perplexing. Do you know anything about this missing child that Russell?
Yeah. So, like I said, that was before the update. But, there was an update this afternoon. The police had a press conference around 3 p.m. today. And I'm going to go ahead and say, it's a sale for me because I don't know if I buy the fact that. So let me preface with the sale. I was kind of in the middle, but after digging and putting together some things, my question is, and the police question is, where is this child? All right. So Hoover, Alabama, if everyone don't know, is a suburb, a rich section. Birmingham, the hood, but Hoover is a predominantly rich section. Nobody's seen this child walking on the highway, not a rural back road, but the highway. So that's number one. The other thing that they brought out is that They got her on surveillance at Target buying snacks, but the snacks was gone. I don't know. The robber was like, "Yo," the kidnapper was like, "Yo, let me get them hot Cheetos out the back seat." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I don't want to make light because I understand that, you know, things happen and it just don't add up to me. It just don't add up. So for the moment, I'm a sale because I'm not buying the story. And even the dude from, you know, her boyfriend, they apparently somebody she worked with at the hospital, the nurses station, got sent a DM from the girl that the stripper that the boyfriend was cheating with. Was DMing Carly Russell back and forth, and they sent those DMs to the coworker, and her video this morning went viral on YouTube, like with 200 something thousand views of the conversation between Carly and the stripper girl. So once again, I'm a sell y'all for the moment. I don't until this all because she hasn't spoken to the detectives yet. So and then, you know, apparently they say that she ran flailing her arms and crying when they seen her walking through the neighborhood from a Ring doorbell camera from the next door neighbor. But another Ring doorbell camera saw her walking silently and cool, calm, and collect right before that. And I guess she just put on the act of running and flailing her arms like she was. So yeah, I'm gonna throw it to you, Ak, and in the audience once again, a 1 if you buy, a 2 for sale. I'm a sale for the moment. I hope everything comes out okay. But from what I've gathered and what's coming out, I ain't buying it. What you got out?
I was a sale from the beginning. I ain't even about to play with her. Look, I was a sale from the beginning. Soon as I heard the story, no way. When I saw the video of the car, no way. I ain't seen the child.
Right.
And now that things are unraveling,
it's
what I said from the beginning, I was talking to my wife about it. I told my wife exactly what happened from the beginning.
Right.
And it's unraveling is exactly what I was saying. You look at the facts.
Yeah.
The boyfriend talking to the stripper.
His behind, boy.
Talking to the stripper. When the boyfriend revealed himself, came out and was like, my girlfriend missing.
Right.
Oh, Carly was single on Facebook.
Right.
She was single.
Right.
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 So
right.
She goes out. She wants to make the boyfriend jealous. She
Right.
does all of this.
Right.
While they-
Right.
She spends the 2 days at the hotel.
Right.
She wasn't alone, by the way.
No. Right. She wasn't
Now,
alone.
a woman's in a relationship. The boyfriend's cheating. The woman, when a woman feels unappreciated, we know what happens.
Come on, bro.
Especially when a woman knows that her boyfriend is or husband, whatever, is cheating.
Yep.
She knows this for a fact.
Yep.
She went out and she decided, I'm about to get my revenge.
I'm about to get my revenge.
That's all it is.
That's it. Come on.
And I want to get his attention and I want to make him feel just how I felt.
Yep.
That's all it is.
That's all it is.
Why you have to go to the extremes of this?
Oh, man.
It's the spirits.
It's
the spirits to make you go to the extremes of this. You didn't have to do all that.
Yeah, do all that.
Yeah,
man. These spirits got folk tripping.
Like the red roof inn.
The red roof
Come on,
inn.
man. I know what you were doing.
Right.
I know
And they got you on camera. Like
on camera.
It's like that. That's what I don't understand for robbers, kidnappers. Like what? And me and she talked about it. When she showed, I was like, "Oh, she was found." I said she just showed back up at the doorstep. I was like, "Wait, what?" I said, "Yeah, something don't sound right." When I was like, and we was trying to do plausible scenarios. Well, maybe it went viral and the kidnappers got, upset and returned her thinking they would blow their cover. But kidnappers don't work like that. They would off somebody before they did that. So that was kind of ruled out.
Yeah.
And then it just started, she was like, well, maybe she got away. I'm like, okay, maybe she escaped. And then the description, white male with orange hair.
Yeah.
Like, and they took her in the woods.
Yeah.
She was in the woods so yeah, man.
You saw the other details, right? On how the police, they had to hack into the phone.
Right.
They had to hack into the phone.
And they saw the search.
Like, we know what you was planning, but come on, man. You didn't have to do this.
Right. She searched how to steal out of a drawer, cash drawer, and not get caught. Yeah. She searched, I had it, where is it at? She's searching on Google the cash drawer and not get caught. She also searched Taken, the movie Taken. Then there was a couple other things she searched that the police actually said, yeah, when we seen that, it was, why would you be researching that? And all of a sudden you get missing, then you pop back up. Like, they were saying some things didn't make sense. What you left behind at the scene, your car was running, the snacks were gone, but your phone was there, but your Apple Watch was gone. Like, they were just, it's a lot of inconsistency. So hopefully, more things will come out once we get clarity. But I do, Miss Robertson, I do agree. She's asking, I wonder, are the AKAs going to dismiss her from the sorority? That's a good question.
AKA, they tried to get the attention off them quick. You saw what they put out?
I did not see. I didn't get to see that.
So the thing with the AKAs now is that they're putting the focus on how the AKAs just opened the black bank. So they focusing on that now. They threw that out quick.
Right.
Yeah,
digital bank, the all women digital bank.
They don't want no parts of that. They threw that out there quick.
Wow.
Real quick.
So they probably will, Ms. Robertson, to answer your question, they probably will. That'll be something big. They'll come on TV and vehemently deny her from the chapter. They're gonna kick her out of the chapter, yada yada, boom, boom, boom. And once again, the only way I see her going for right now, until most of this cool down and maybe she can hopefully get a job somewhere, is this OnlyFans culture or being a YouTube content creator, because your name is known. And once again, Hollywood, the internet is a new Hollywood, man. Look at the title. And you said something earlier, it's all unraveling. That's the title of the show. It is all unraveling. That story is falling apart more than a Rubik's Cube when you're mad at it.
Yeah.
You could take I didn't take nothing apart more quicker than a Rubik's Cube after I got sick of it. Yeah. But yeah, man. So I sell until further notice. Jamel said he sell off the rip.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is it, man. We are done. That was an awesome show. I hope everybody enjoyed that. Once again, I just want to give the disclaimer. This wasn't attacking anybody. Any artists or making fun or making light of anybody's situation. But what we are bringing to the forefront was the awareness of how these spirits in these latter days are just out here running amok. Yeah. I just, it's believable, but the way people are going about doing things, it just has the stamp of Hasatan. I mean, why just like you said, Jamil, on the last one, why not just go away for the weekend? Turn your phone off, tell everybody don't bother you. But you had to do a whole story. Like this, you in Dubai, you don't have your wallet or whatever. You in Dubai, you ain't in the States, you can't clap your hands and be all up in some of those people's face. Yeah. Now your passport been taken, you've been over there since May. Sexy Red. You can't just walk into a high school and do this stuff. It's all about clicks and views. Yeah. Internet is the new Hollywood. Any last thoughts from you? We appreciate you coming on tonight.
Nah, I appreciate you having me, man. I appreciate you reaching out to me to do it, man.
Yeah,
so
man.
Definitely.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to have you on. Yeah. And so y'all don't forget July 30th. I myself, Truth Be Told Flex Podcast, and Jamil the Truck Louder, we will be in the building. You gotta this is gonna be a whole weekend, man. We got the 3MG launch, the F3 promotion on that Saturday night. Then we got the whole event for that day, fishing, great food, great music, great family fellowship. And then after that, you have the after party at 1611 Entertainment, where you will have Lawrence, Yapa Q, J Lutz, Sailor Soul. They'll also be performing there. So yeah, man, it's gonna be a great weekend. Y'all willing, we will see you there. Next week, we will have Monologue McGuy. He'll be in the building. Sheer will be back. We appreciate y'all. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Y'all the best family in the world. This was a great show. We appreciate it. And we out.
Yes, sir.
Let me get it. There we go.
Should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
I'm everything they claim to be. It's plain to see the way I rock this industry. Rappers, I make them ashamed to be. All these suckers paid the fee. Tap dance for massa, might as well wear a thong and give a lap dance to massa. I'm bringing total disaster. And FEMA won't relieve you. Supposed to love your brother, but you live as a deceiver. Your man fall, you supposed to catch him like a receiver. The grass is high, but I know a snake and I can see you. I met the fakest people when I came into this truth. They ain't seeing, but they claim to live more righteous than you. They say if you ain't in they crew, then you ain't in the truth. That's the reason why I'm so low and move the way I do. If the devil tempted Christ, what you think he'll do to you? Lie to you, whisper sweet nothings and make it sound cool. You a fool if you think it's all peaches and cream. And I ain't Sarah Lee, out here living life like a dream. And I ain't Dr. King. You want the truth? I'ma bless you with it. That faith you claim you got, the Most High gon' test you with it. Just ask Abraham, he almost killed his son to prove it. And he ain't blink, hesitate, or think twice to do it. Ask Job, all his possessions, he had to lose it. Just that kingdom talk, homie, it's bigger than music. False prophets take the Bible and abuse it. Create their own doctrine. And it's still F the police like I'm from Compton. I know Sandra Bland, feel me? I know Philando and Elijah McClain, feel me? I know Tamir Rice and George Floyd, feel me? Tyree Nichols and Jaheim McMillan, feel me? Mississippi, feel me? Tribe of Judah.